All right. What else you got?
Okay. There's also some beast system stuff.
Speaking of the beast system, beast system.
Sinful generation!
This is a article from Mark Tech Post, and the headline: Meta AI researchers built the first artificial intelligence AI-powered translation system under Universal Speech Translator, UST, for a primarily oral language Hokkien. Is that how you say it? Hokkien?
I have no idea.
Hokkien. And it says, although over half of the world's 7,000 plus live languages are predominantly oral and lack a standardized writing system, recent technological advancements in AI translation have primarily concentrated on written languages. It is also mainly because of this reason that machine translation systems cannot be created using conventional methods because they require appreciable written content to train an AI model. In order to address this issue, Meta, formerly Facebook, has created the first AI-powered Hokkien translation system. The Chinese diaspora speaks Hokkien widely, but no official written version of the language exists. As a part of Meta's Universal Speech Translator, UST project, this open source translation tool enables Hokkien and English speakers to communicate among themselves. And that's part of the dream vision over there at Meta, I think somebody had to put out a positive article about them because they're being kind of slaughtered in the public right now because of how much money they've spent on the metaverse this year. I think it's like upwards of 10 billion or something. And all they have to show is a really bad Mark Zuckerberg walking around, or not even walking around, floating around in some virtual space. But obviously, just real briefly, the takeaway with a technology like this, the idea, the vision for Mark Zuckerberg is to have this metaverse space where people can come in from any language and they're able to communicate seamlessly. Right. And of course, that has a biblical precedent to it, because if you go to Genesis 11, it's the whole story about the Tower of Babel. Verse 1 says, now the whole world had one language and a common form of speech. And, you can just literally apply that whole concept of a common form of speech to this AI, or the UST, the Universal Speech Translator.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not like everybody needs to speak the same language. It's just as long as the AI is between them and can translate. And of course, AI translation has been a thing for a long time. Right. But specifically, the interesting thing about this is that there is no written form of this language. Right. So usually AI is trained on text, or at least it's a big part of it. It would take vocal, sound, the sound of a language, translated into text, and then from there translated over to the new language.
I'm wondering, because, and maybe there's more details on this that are a little bit too, not that important, but I'm curious if it just does some kind of audio analysis and is able to piece things together that way. I guess they have to catalog it, so there has to be
of course that's what it's going. Yeah, there is no text to translate this language into, so it is a breakthrough in translation technology. But even more so, this is focusing on the Chinese diaspora is an interesting aspect of it, because who are the Chinese diaspora? The Chinese diaspora are the people who have ran from the CCP or got kicked out of the CCP, or they are the ones who are the rogue Chinese
in the Star Wars context.
Yeah. So sort of grafting the rogue Chinese people into the sort of
the example of the Babel
beast system. Is a really pretty radical sort of political act that they're trying to hang their hat on here.
Right. And then, back in Genesis 11, they go into, why the city is called Babel. It's because language was all messed up, because when they were working together, the Lord said that they can devise anything they imagine, which is sort of this world that the metaverse is building. There's a lot of parallels.
It's like a reversal of the Tower of Babel without having to just learn other languages. It's, hey, God split all the languages. With our new God, artificial intelligence, we shall unite the languages once again.
Yeah, exactly.
With the result being, hey, they can. What is the exact words of basically how humans can defeat the Elohim?
What are you talking about?
From the scripture, you just read it. We just
at the top. Do anything they imagine to do. Is that what you're saying? Like devising plans.
Yeah.
Reach the heavens. Yeah, it's about reaching the heavens.
That's right.
And other extra biblical text refers to the event as dethroning God and going up there and killing him and the whole deal.
And it wasn't, the Sunday school version was dethroning God, like in a Yahweh sense, but in the sort of more academic sense, it's dethroning other Elohim, the other smaller G gods.
Well, no, the Tower of Babel specifically. No, in the Tower of Babel, the people were trying to dethrone God, or at least the extra biblical text, because they shoot arrows up into the sky and that's
what I mean.
Yeah. They're trying. Yeah. So. Interesting. But yeah, in any case, always something to keep in mind with all this social media stuff and technology and where it's all headed, AI and the rest, and how it's got a lot more touching points or just connections to the ancient past, specifically recorded in the Bible. So you really don't have much of an excuse. The people that really aren't getting it.
People don't even read their Bible, for heaven's sakes.
Just not reading it.
Fun.
Yeah.